Hey, hey, hey. It's Danette Moss, business system strategist, aka the strategy lady, hanging out over on my back porch, just sitting here reflecting on some things. And I thought, you know what? These last couple weeks or these last couple months, heck, these last couple years have been pretty strenuous for me. Um, and I want to talk about what it is that I do when that self doubt um, rears its ugly head in my life as a business owner, and kind of share with you some things that I do to the things that I've done to get through it and some things that I do right now to get through it. You see, oftentimes I'll jump on and I may even sound confident, look confident, but y'all just don't know sometimes where I'm at. And you know what? The truth be told, that's where a lot of business owners are or may be. And I want to come on and tell you when I am faced with self doubt, the oh man, I can't do it because it has to be perfect. I struggled for years with the spirit of perfection. And I also struggled with if somebody else did it, I didn't want to look like I was copying them. When we all know that there is nothing new under the sun, you just have to make it your own. But y'all, I froze a whole lot with moving forward in my business consistently because I didn't want to look like a counterfeit. I didn't want to look like I was copying people. Those are form of self-doubt, procrastination, all that craziness, right? I mean, because once I start flowing, I start flowing. It's just what it is. But most people wouldn't think that I did struggle with that. And when it rears its ugly head and attempts to show up in my life, I purposely jump back on it again, jump up and down and step on it and stand on it and kick it to the curb. Because I know that I'm walking in my God given purpose, my dream, that vision that God gave me. I know that another busy mom and wifepreneur service CEO is waiting on me and counting on me to show up. Heck, I count on myself to show up sometimes. So what I did or what I do, and I try to stay on top of it as best as possible. When I first started business ago, years ago, 20 plus something years ago, um, I tried several businesses from the IT business because I do have a high IT background. I tried, I didn't try it. I actually was successful in my concierge and air business, provided services to corporate America, to individual people at home, grocery shopping services, clothing shopping, pet sitting service, the full gamut. I even trained and traveled the U.S. and out of the country and trained people on how to own and operate their own concierge and air business. And then the dot com hit. And when the dot com hit, it really just got very chaotic. I had to let go of my drivers, let go of my shoppers, let go anybody that was dealing with any type of concierge and errand type businesses for me with me, and I had to bring it in house, literally in house, for myself and my family. I had to call on people to help me, do the things that I was doing to keep the business going. And then I found that I was beginning to have several strategy sessions with so many people. People were wondering, how are you making it, Danette, with the economy when that dot com hit? And I found myself having strategy sessions with people. And then those strategy sessions just kept growing and growing. And that's how Let's Talk Strategies was started. But I'm going to tell you, there were days that I really had a lot of self doubt. Oh my God, if I do this, somebody's going to think I'm copying them. And back then, when I first started, back then we had the title, The Gurus. And there were so many gurus that I was following. And some of those gurus I paid big bucks to, and I would allow them to discourage me on some of my uh, authenticity. I'm so glad that I retracted that and that I no longer use them at all, because it was me being authentic, me being honest, me showing up and telling that busy mom and wifepreneur that, girl, you can do it. See, I was married and divorced, married and divorced, married again. Okay. I went through that up and down roller coaster. Back then it went from one child to two child. Now I have five children, right? And some grandchildren. And the struggle was real, attempting to own and operate a business while raising children, while going through a divorce, while being remarried, while not having money, while having to bootstrap that thing. And I just found that it was easier for me just to be real, right? And as I began to stay real to who I was, I began to draw the right type of person, the right type of woman, the right mompreneur and wifepreneur. Speak to her and tell her, girl, you can do it. You don't have to stop doing what you're doing because you're a mom or a wifepreneur. I did that. I let people talk me out of it. I talked myself out of it. I doubted that it was going to work. And I started putting myself around people that would help me stay focused. I started being around or hanging out with women that had survived divorces while growing a business, women that had children and were operating as single moms and running a business, um, women that knew the importance of staying true to herself and speaking the right verbiage, not just this thing of speaking positive words and affirmation, all that. I'm talking about walking it out. Because, we can speak affirmations all day long, but if we don't take action and we don't begin to believe and walk through it as we're dealing with it, it could be kind of crazy, just looking at those different things. Hey, Latoya, how are you, dear? And um, I tell you that self-doubt would just rear its ugly head all the time in my life. It reared itself recently back in July when I decided to serve notice to my employer. See, a lot of people didn't know I was working a full-time job because I chose to keep it hidden. Don't ask me why. That's because I was working sun up and sun down. I was working my business full time, working, training and coaching and teaching people how to, in the credit card processing field, how to install and set up complete credit card processing machines, training sales reps for banking institutions. I mean, I was doing it all and was just still running this business, but running myself ragged. But when I got clearance from God to go ahead and serve notice and quit that 9 to 5 and go ahead and jump back full time into my business, because I'd done it before, but I went back 7 years ago because I had a lot of family stuff that I was dealing with. But when I decided to go ahead and leave that corporate thing and jump back 2 feet full-fledged into this business, self-doubt tried to come back up. And y'all, I was determined that even if it did come back up, that I was going to have the tenacity to push through and to continue going. The things that I had to do to help me get there was the exact things that I was teaching, or AKA coaching and consulting other people, whether it was a company, whether it was individual people. I had to do the same things that I taught them. I had to get everything out of my head, back down on paper. I had to write the vision, make it plain, so that I can clearly see it, so that I can run with it. And then after I was able to run with it, everybody else that was working with me, my junior admin, VAs, now they can run with it. This is what I encourage you to do. When you get up daily or before you go to bed at night, write down the things that you know that you need to do. Those what do you call it? Money generating type activities. Okay. Be very careful about when you create this to-do list. Make it a prioritized to-do list. List the things down. Grab 3 things off that list that you know you need to do. And as you mark them off, if you have things left, because you're going to have more than 3, put it on the next day's thing and tackle that next. But make sure that it is income generating, activities. I was hiding in behind that too. I was just had a whole lot of busy work. Busy, 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 doing nothing but creating different things or trying to start all over from scratch from things when all I needed to do was rinse and repeat. When I tell you guys that I am Danette Moss, business system strategist, the strategy lady, I tell you out of all sincerity, That's who I am. My life is all about strategies, from my personal life to my business life. I believe even in our personal life that if you are a business owner, aka a mompreneur, wifepreneur, you need to intermix. You need to blend those things together. When you find yourself separating those things, boy, you start getting in trouble. You start doing like I did, and I start missing certain important things, bills, personal time with loved ones, all of that. This is the life and business blend, not a balance, a blend. Put it all together. I had to do all that. I had to write all that down in order to stop the spirit of doubt, that self doubt that kept coming up. I had to look at it and go, oh no, I'm doing this. And you know what, girl? You can too. You can do it. Remember, just write your vision down so you can clearly see it. Create a prioritized to do list from that thing. Look at it daily. But whatever you do, just know that you can do it. It's just a step by step process, it's a daily process. Get with the people that will continue to encourage you, not pull you down. The naysayers, let them stay over there in Nayland. But you got this, girl. You can do it. Don't let self doubt take over. Oh, it's going to rear its ugly head. But just remember, you got this and you can do it. Don't give up on your vision. Don't give up on your dream, even when you can't see it, because trust me, the struggle is real. But if it was easy, would it all be worth it? Some people would say yes. But I hadn't seen anything worth having so easy. If it has been, it's been, I got some doubt on that. I think that's healthy doubt in that case. All right. This is probably one of my longest videos I've done since I've been going live every day, except the weekends. But self doubt was just something, and it was just time to get real. And let's just have this conversation. Share with me your thought process. How do you deal with self doubt? What do you do to get through the self doubt? Second to me, writing it down and staying focused on it. I pray about it and I give it to God, and I make sure that I revisit that thing that I know He told me that I was going to do. That vision, that dream, that God given vision, or dream He gave me. And I encourage you to do the same too. All right. Is Danette Moss, business system strategist over at Let's Talk Strategies, home of the SaaS Factor, where I work with those busy mom and wifepreneur service CEOs. Just chilling right here on my back porch, enjoying some of this fall weather here in the ATL, and getting ready to wrap up some other different things and finish my day up. Talk to you guys soon.